Yeah.
When it comes to sparring, it's serious stuff. I'm amazed that we don't hear more instances of this. Close to fight night, the boxers involved picking up an injury of sorts. Because
there were lots of connotations, Jim, as what we could have done, but the bottom line of all of it was, it's a mess, because when you're looking at that type of show...
He's injured. I don't know what the hell has happened, but he's injured. He's pulled out of the fight.
Eddie Hall suffers shock injury in sparring ahead of Tommy Fury fight, and just days before the fight he has reportedly gone and injured himself inside camp. This immediately raises serious questions about his preparation and whether he can even handle the pace of a professional boxing ring now. It is a massive setback at the worst possible time.
What do I think of what situation?
The fact that the ring have put out a post saying that it's obviously in jeopardy and it might not happen.
I can't comment, Colm, because it's not neither of my fighters. I've heard conversations, nothing to do with me.
Frank Warren makes it clear this is not drama or blame, just pure fight game reality where injuries can hit at any moment. For Eddie Hall, this setback now becomes part of a much bigger problem just days before stepping into the ring with Tommy Fury.
Fault. It's nobody's fault. It's what happens. You know, footballers get injured, sportsmen get injured.
Andy Lee explains that when bigger men step into boxing, the sport becomes even more punishing because pace, movement, and conditioning are completely different from what they are used to. That warning becomes even more relevant now as Eddie Hall is already dealing with an injury just days before the Tommy Fury fight, raising serious concerns about his durability and preparation going into this clash.
There is some differences. You know, they can't do all of the stuff that the lighter weights. They fight at a different pace, and I would say they're more injury prone because they're bigger men. You know, you have to be careful. You have to manage them in the right way, and that's something that's, I'm not sure, the health of both fighters.
Adam Smith points out how serious this situation has become with fighters pulling out unwell and doctors stepping in to assess risk. This is not just normal fight week drama anymore. It raises real concerns about safety and whether Eddie Hall is actually fit enough to continue preparing for Tommy Fury at this stage.
Deal with all sorts of things, but to have a double whammy on this sort of seismic fight week is extraordinary, and to have both fighters pull out ill and we don't really know what's wrong, also odd, but the doctors have looked at them, they're not right to fight, they shouldn't fight. The fighters are there. They're the ones that I look at all the time. My respect is for the fighters, whether they're top level or journeymen. They're the ones that put their careers and their lives at risk on the line.
Liam Goff's reaction only adds more confusion around Eddie Hall's condition, with talk of a possible ankle issue but nothing officially confirmed. That uncertainty raises a big question heading into fight week, because if even insiders are unsure what injury is actually happening, how can Eddie realistically be ready for a fully intense fight with Tommy Fury this close to the event?
Seeing that Athelma suffered some sort of ankle injury, maybe I was just, seeing things with that one. But he is injured. It's not really specified. I don't know why. I'm sure I saw it was ankle, but maybe not. Maybe I was just seeing things.
Frank Warren describes a chaotic fight week where uncertainty has taken over, leaving fighters, teams, broadcasters and fans all frustrated. The tone is clearly one of damage control, where nobody can fully explain what is going on. It highlights how quickly anticipation has turned into concern, and how fragile crossover events like this can become when unexpected problems hit at the worst possible time.
The people direct and then make a decision if he's out.
Okay. When did you first learn about this, Frank?
Very late this afternoon.
Okay, so it's been a stressful day.
To say the least. For the fighters as well. It's a shame for the fighters, for everybody involved. TV companies and more importantly for the fans. Riyadh season, His Excellency, everybody involved in this. We're all gutted, but what can you do? That's
Spencer Oliver brings it back to the harsh reality of boxing, where every fighter must be 100% physically ready before stepping through the ropes. In a fight like this, even a small injury can become a major disadvantage, especially in a high-pressure environment where timing, endurance and confidence are all tested from the opening bell.
Be okay, but he will have seen the doctor and the doctor will make that decision on whether he should fight or whether he shouldn't fight. I mean, listen, this is the hurt business. You can only go in there 100%.
John Fury turns this into a full confidence warning, speaking like Tommy Fury is walking into complete control from the first bell. He dismisses the opponent's ability entirely, suggesting the size difference means nothing and the skill gap will be overwhelming. In his eyes, the only outcome is survival mode from the other side, with no real chance to land anything meaningful once the fight actually starts.
You don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small, Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt on, I'm feeling the power. He can't take that. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it? He can't do the 3. I can't blame him. You've got to give Eddie all props because he's not a fighter. He's going to get in with Tommy knowing full well what can happen to him. And the only thing he's going to try and do is swing. But he won't be able to.
Tommy Fury shuts down the hype around strength versus skill, making it clear that powerlifting credentials mean nothing inside a boxing ring. He pushes the idea that timing, movement and ring IQ separate real fighters from strong men stepping into the sport. This raises the stakes even higher, because it directly challenges the confidence coming from the opposite corner and sets up a serious test of ability.
If strongmen, being the strongest man in the world and picking up half a ton, meant you was the best fighter of all, everyone would be a world champion, wouldn't they? If being big and strong meant you could fight, everyone would be a world champion. But in this game, it's not about how much weight you can lift. It's not about how strong you are. There's a ton more things to the fight game. And that's what I'm looking to show Eddie on that.
John Fury comes in with full confidence and complete dismissal of Eddie Hall's chances, painting this as a one-sided mismatch from the very start. He believes Tommy Fury's speed, timing and boxing IQ will overwhelm everything Eddie brings into the ring. In his eyes, the size difference means nothing once the bell rings. He makes it sound like Eddie is walking into a completely different level of sport where survival itself will be the only goal, not victory or even competitiveness.
You don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small, Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt on, I'm feeling the power. He can't take that. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it? He can't do the 3. And I can't blame him. You've got to give Eddie all props because he's not a fighter. He's going to get in with Tommy knowing full well what can happen to him. And the only thing he's going to try and do is swing. He won't be able.
The Wade Plemons does not hold back here, immediately tearing into Eddie Hall's technical flaws and completely dismissing the idea of a miracle right and changing the fight. He stresses that Eddie lacks basic understanding of distance, timing and rhythm, which are essential at this level. Even the one weapon Eddie relies on is being criticized as overused and predictable. The warning is simple: if he cannot control when and how he throws, Tommy Fury will read him easily and take full advantage in the ring.
He can just pull off a miracle right hand. What I'm seeing makes me even more skeptical that that's possible, because he doesn't understand space and distance. He doesn't understand timing and rhythm. He doesn't understand how valuable his right hand is. And it seems like I'm being counterintuitive because all he's throwing is right hands, but he needs to value that thing. It needs to be, like I said, a weapon of mass destruction. You only bring it out at certain points so Tommy doesn't get a read on it, and also so you don't gas your...
Frank Warren frames this fight as both a massive business opportunity and a dangerous sporting gamble, showing how high the stakes really are for everyone involved. He admits the attention and money are huge factors, but also acknowledges the risk inside the ring where anything can happen. It highlights how this matchup is no longer just about ability or experience, but about pressure, exposure and the reality that one mistake in a high-profile fight can change careers instantly.
Grabbed everybody's attention for various reasons, and they're getting, Tommy's getting life-changing money, and how can you, I can't knock that. You're in the ring, it's a dangerous place to be, and my job is if I see a fight that I feel we can win and I'll put him into it, then I'll do that, and it gets him further up the ladder. Not only do I think he can win it, I think obviously this is a high-profile fight, but he's getting a truckload of money for it, so it ticks all the boxes.
Dave Allen brings a blunt reality check to the whole event, calling it more of a spectacle than a serious boxing contest while still admitting he will watch it like everyone else. His reaction reflects the wider split in opinion, where fans are both entertained and skeptical at the same time. It shows how this fight is blurring the line between sport and entertainment, raising questions about whether it should be judged as a true boxing match or just another crossover attraction built for attention and curiosity.
I watch it, of course I watch it. I like Tommy Fury a lot, I'm a Tommy Fury fan. Eddie Hall, I said an Eddie Hall fan. I like the World's Strongest Man, a lot of respect for him. So of course I'll watch it. I'll watch it as it's a spectacle in it. It's part of the new bit of circusry that's come into boxing, all these exhibitions, different people from different sports coming in. But for all intents and purposes, as a boxing match, what a load of bollocks. Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't like it too much. But I'll watch it because it's like it's interesting in lots of ways, and I think people find it interesting.
Vidal Riley gives a more measured but still clear take, acknowledging Tommy Fury's natural boxing advantage while not fully ruling out Eddie Hall's unpredictability. He highlights the massive size difference and how that could play a role, but still leans towards Tommy as the more complete fighter. The overall message is that this fight makes sense commercially, but from a pure boxing standpoint, it remains a highly unusual matchup with uncertainty still surrounding how it plays out under real pressure.
Eddie, when I sparred Eddie, he was 140 kg. I don't know how much he's gonna have to be for Tommy, but Tommy should win, innit? Like, he should win. But Eddie Hall, who knows? Who knows? It makes sense for Tommy, innit? It's a good fight.
Simon Jordan delivers a brutally honest warning that cuts through their hype and exposes the real danger behind this so-called spectacle fight. He makes it clear that while it is entertaining from the outside, nobody would actually want to stand across from someone like Eddie Hall when real punches start flying. That alone shifts the conversation from fun to risk, because once emotions and pressure kick in, control can vanish quickly. It also raises doubts about how Tommy Fury handles early physical pressure if he gets caught in close range. The warning is simple but strong: one mistake in timing or distance could completely change the fight and turn confidence into panic in seconds.
Won't it? If it's a good fun event and you take it for what it is, I mean, I wouldn't want to be in it. You know, I wouldn't be across the ring from this fella, but notwithstanding, I'm quite happy for Tommy Fury to get a punch in the face.
Tom Aspinall breaks it down in a way that shows just how unpredictable this matchup really is, because both men bring completely different weapons into the ring. Tommy Fury has the experience, timing, and natural boxing rhythm that should allow him to control distance and pace if he stays disciplined. But Eddie Hall carries raw knockout power that cannot be ignored, and one clean shot could flip everything instantly. That creates a fight where skill meets danger, and every exchange carries risk. The mental pressure now becomes massive, because one mistake from either side could decide the outcome. Fans are now divided between technique and power, and that split is only getting louder as fight night approaches.
Interesting fight. Tommy is obviously a boxer. Eddie can fight as well, though, to be fair. So, yeah.
You've trained with both of them, though. What's the skills? What's the breakdown for this one?
Tommy's been boxing all his life, so you would think that the edge should go to Tommy, but Eddie can actually genuinely fight. So
Sean Jones lays out the clearest warning yet about how this fight could actually unfold, and it all comes down to one predictable danger from Eddie Hall. The big right hand is the weapon everyone is watching for, but the concern is whether he can even set it up properly against a mobile boxer like Tommy Fury. If he throws it without preparation, it becomes easy to avoid and counter. That is where the fight could slip away from him fast, because missing big shots drains energy and confidence. On the other side, Tommy's movement and footwork could turn this into a frustrating night for Eddie if he cannot close distance. The tension now builds around whether power alone is enough or whether timing decides everything when fatigue and pressure collide in the ring.
Big jab by Eddie. Throws Johnny back. Nice jab by Johnny. Traded jabs. Now that was a nice 1-2 there by Eddie. We all know what Eddie's going to do coming into this fight. He's going to be looking for that big right hand, but he's not going to be able to find it if he throws it naked. He needs to hide it behind that jab, and that's if he can catch Tommy Fury, because Tommy is going to be on his bike in this fight.
Sean Jones breaks down exactly where this fight is going to be won or lost, and it all comes down to whether Eddie Hall can actually close the distance before Tommy Fury starts controlling the ring. Eddie brings pure raw danger with that right hand, but the concern is whether he can even land it clean against a mobile boxer who understands angles and timing. If Tommy stays disciplined, uses his jab, and keeps moving, he could turn this into a frustrating night where Eddie swings at air and slowly runs out of energy. But the moment Eddie lands something heavy, the entire fight changes instantly, because that kind of power does not need many chances. Mentally, Tommy looks more composed on paper, but pressure in the ring is different when a 150 kilograms man is coming forward. Eddie, on the other hand, only needs one clean opening to flip the entire script. So now the real question is, does movement and skill survive raw strength under pressure, or does one heavy shot end everything before strategy even matters?